right. So we have Inspirit. So, game plan. Make spacecraft into creatures. Kill people with said spacecraft. History. I thought spacecraft were cool and wanted to build a spacecraft-focused deck. Usual budget restriction. I'd prefer to avoid cards over $10, but it's not a hard roll. I draw the hard line around $30. This deck is slow and bad. After your last look at using a list with this commander, I decided that I'd send my list to you for consideration. However, key detail, I want this to feel like the spacecraft matter. Yeah, so we're not going to do charge counters or anything like that. I agree. I mean, charge counters is going to factor in, but it's not going to be the main idea where we're doing like dice factory stuff. That being said, you should still run Astral Cornucopia. Even if we're not planning to like untap it a billion times every turn, you should be still on these mana rocks because they help accelerate you into these very expensive dogshit spacecraft. So we'll add Everflowing Chalice, Astral Cornucopia, and all that stuff. We'll just leave out all of the proliferation combo lines. We might add a couple proliferate cards still, but we're going to leave out the combo aspect of it so that way we beat people to death with spacecraft instead of taking infinite turns with Magistrate Scepter or what have you. So we have Everflowing Chalice, Astral Cornucopia in. We can do like Auto Generator. Okay. Wake the Pass. Not generally a fan of like, oh my god, I got Vandal Blast. This is my protection card. Like, I'd rather you just have a counter spell for the Vandal Blasts. Because most of the time, I don't know about you, every time I look at Wake the Past or some other Mass Reanimate in my hand besides like Rise of the Dark Realms, which is always on because it's every graveyard, I always think like this shit sucks. You are either a living death deck or you are not a living death deck. Can I get mine after this? Mine is the least reverent medium. Understood. I will get you online next. By the way, is there anyone who's able to postpone their deck to next Sunday? Sound off in chat if you want to make me smile. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Sure. Draw a card, then discard a card if you do draw a card. I mean, I'm going to take out Mecha Navigator. I think we don't need a lot of that. Okay, so we do run a lot of proliferation already. I think Skate's a little too expensive if we're not doing combo BS. This Karn is okay. I can see the appeal of Saheeli. I just don't know if I can bring myself to like her to the extent of other cards we're going to be adding. I like the idea of Depth Shaker Titan. That's really funny. I wonder if this is so good that you add Cyber Drive. Awakener. Right, just have two of these effects that like mass animate your vehicles. And by vehicles, I mean spaceships. This is cute. I don't know if you really need it, though. Yeah, Karnstruck tokens. Yes, that I understand. I just think that a Planeswalker's a big ask. Thirst for Knowledge. It's okay. You know. Hero per Aether Grid. It's okay. Like, I don't think we make enough tokens, do we? What's making tokens in our deck? Like, to me, where I like Hero per Aether Grid is like a treasure deck or a clue deck where I have like 15 tokens in play. And I get to do like 7 damage for free every turn. And then I unwinding clock all of them and then it's broken. Here, it's just cute. It's like, I ping like 3 things like every turn cycle. No, like Khan's correct in so far in as Aether Grid is a very good card. It's just for here, I just don't know if we have the tokens. Makes a robot. Ugh, I'm gonna look through the spacecraft we have. Surely we can just like zoom in on the good ones. Like, Dawn Sire, without a doubt, in my mind, is one of the best ones you can be running. Sure. This is good. This sucks. You correctly identified that. This sucks. This rocks. This rocks. This rocks. Fine. It's okay. This just sucks. I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to like the Wedge Light Rammer. Dude, holy shit. What a name. Dawn Sire. Deals 100 damage to up to one target creature or planeswalker. Three damage to any target? Sure. Eternity Elevator. That's hilarious. Why not? Galvanizing Spaceship. Would you play a 6-mana 6/5 haste creature? Right? Like, this is my problem. When was the last time you considered, like, a Volcano Dragon for a deck? Probably not. Right, so why are we doing this? Like, I get it's a spacecraft, right? I understand that. But it's a 6/5 flying haste that you have to crew. I don't even know what Volcano Dragon is. It's a 6-mana 4/4 flying haster. That's all the card does. This one's slightly bigger. It gets +2/+1. What if they printed Volcano Dragon that was a 6/5 with haste? Because they don't have many options. Yes, so this is where I love tutors, right? Like, we tutor for the good options instead of running the bad ones. Or creature and enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield. What creatures or enchantments are worth returning? Like Depth Shaker. We have Thopter Spy Network. We can maybe make that one work a little bit better. Specimen Freighter. Return 2 target non-spacecraft creatures to their owner's hands. Sure. Honestly, Pinnacle Kill Ship's one of the best ones I've seen out of this list, and even then, it sucks. Elk, love your Tristani list. I made some small tweaks, and I'm playing it with buddies tomorrow. Sweet, thanks, Vid. Glad to hear. What tweaks did you make? I am curious. So, Specimen Freighter, sure, okay. We are going to add Felia to this deck. Why Felia? I like the spacecraft with ETBs, and I like that Felia can flicker them. Secondarily, Teleportation Circle has one leg up above Thassa in a blue deck, and that is that it can flicker artifacts. It is a $10 card. Bite the bullet. It's really interesting to start flickering the Specimen Freighter. All right, that's an enchantment. We have 6 mana value or greater enchantments. Or 6 mana or greater, we get Treasure Mage. Scour from Scrap. Scour for Scrap. So Treasure Mage can tutor your big, scary objects. Scour for Scrap can tutor for any of them. I think Tez's Gambit should be in. Probably just like over one of the other card draw spells. I could probably just fit it in as a card draw spell as well. Sure. I like the talismans. I think we cut the signets though. The signets we maybe do without. That's the only signet you're running. Okay, that works. No Fabricate. Fabricate's fine. I just prefer it on a creature so you can like kind of flicker it a little bit, but like Fabricate's totally workable. Also, you already have the Seriema. So the Seriema and the Felia here work really well together. Becomes tapped. That's cool. I like these become tapped creatures. That's really fun. I know we cut one that's like a looter. How much is Simulacrum Synthesizer? I think it's too much, right? It's 27. It's so good. But, you know, I'll put it in considering that's a future upgrade. O tag, O construct, O power. Like, you know what I like better than Karn? Thousand Moon Smithy. Oh, Thousand Moon Smithy's already in? Beautiful. And that works really well with the Felia. Loyal Inventors of Blinkable Fabricate. Is that the Assassin's Creed one? Yeah. I don't like that it puts on top. It's definitely fine. Because we need idiots that can crew very well. But I don't want to go through Karn. Like, Karn sucks. Would Yasholta work? For what? So Nettle Cyst, I think, is probably one of the methods that could be very good here. Because you can use it to crew a spacecraft. So you play it for 3 mana. It grows over time with your artifacts. And then you crew it one of your spacecrafts to like full. And then you go, okay, great. Pay 2 mana. Equip the Nettle Cyst to the spacecraft that's now fully crewed and kill someone with it, right? Maybe like a Duelist's Heritage as well. Okay. I understand they're suggesting Yasholta. I'm just wondering where Yasholta fits. Are you not blinking them? Blinking what? Yasholta. I don't care. Duel's Heritage is a big ad for Tristani too. I don't know. It's just like, it's fine. I guess it's pretty good. Yeah. I didn't think about that just being like, it's just in play. I'm always just focused on the Tristani. For me, the card I'm most excited to try out for Tristani is Urban Burgeoning. That one's very funny. But, yeah, no, I'm looking for creatures with big powers that can crew very well. Your Schultz a 6 mana 4/4. So it doesn't really even fit into like the mental equation I'm doing here, which is why I'm so confused about the recommendation. Anyway, let's play test. Draw. Check this out. 0 mana Astral Cornucopia. Land. Next turn. Here's Arcane Signet. Thopter Spy Network. Next turn. Add a Thopter. Inspirit. Brew. Put 2 charge counters up to 1 target artifact. Astral Cornucopia. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why I'm saying it's just, you can't cut this card. Even if you're not comboing, it's like, this is a double Moxen that turned on turn 4. And then now you get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can go 7 mana here. Or you can just play it second main phase, which is probably even better. So you attack with a Thopter that isn't summoning sick, you draw a card. Second main phase now, because we put 2 more charge counters on the Astral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's Pinnacle Kill Ship. You deal 10 damage to a creature. And then you can fabricate. Get the Seriema. Draw, we have the biggest artifact now, guaranteed. Temple of Triumph, scry 1. Bottom. 1, 2, 3. And you can now play Nettle Cyst, which is huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8/8. You tap this. Pinnacle Kill Ship is now ready to kill people. Swing for 7. Beginning of combat, you also put 2 counters on Astral. You then go white, like all white, Seriema, Belia, blue, Ripples of Potential. Dink, dink. Look at the top, and you phase all those out. You have Thopters to block with next turn, draw an extra card. And then here, World's your oyster, right? Especially because you can just go 1, 2, equip to our 7/7, +9/+9 buff. And then you attack with Felia, you attack with Pinnacle Kill Ship, you put 2 charge counters here. Felia flickers the Seriema. Like, this is working out pretty well. All thingies considered. Man, Displacer Kitten would be so good in this deck, it's unreal. But alas, we must keep ourselves sin-free and avoid $40 cards. I don't know how to feel about the Fumigate. Damning Verdict says what? Destroy all creatures with no counters on them. Spacecraft, notably, are creatures with counters on them. So that might be a little better. And you can go with an ugly art for a cheaper printing. Maybe like Winds of Abandon if you really need to deal with flyers that badly. And then you can get that with Muddle the Mixture to set up like a kill. Okay, that's believable to me. I'm going to pass it on to chat a little bit. Like, what should we be running here? I think Alibu's a little slow. Dreamtide Whale. It's okay. I don't know if it is a 7/5. Yeah, let's add Dreamtide. The giantness of the whale. Oh, it's already in. So you just lied to me. So that one's sure. The wipes are for when I fully station in spirit. That said, other artifacts have hexproof and indestructible. I see. Okay. It's just time wipe doesn't really work with that, does it? Because you bounce in spirit back to your hand because it's the only non-indestructible thing, and then everything blows up. That's a little cringe. Like, Winds of Abandon always works, even if Inspirit isn't fully accrued. Damning Verdict always works, generally speaking, even if Inspirit isn't accrued. I don't know. Just run the ones that always work. To any target. I still need Palladium Mirror, or can I cut it? You don't need it. More of a matter of what to add. Could run like Panharmonicon. Ugh, that doubles artifact ETBs. As well as creatures. So like Seriema with double trigger. Warmaker Gunship with double trigger. Thousand Moon Smithy with double trigger. This would double trigger. This would double trigger. This would double trigger. This would double trigger. It is weird to flicker them a little bit, right? But we could do like, yeah, Dragon Spark Reactor is pretty good. We could just do how much is Elishnorn actually? Because Elishnorn is a legendary creature that the Seriema can grab. That is something I'll leave up to you. If you want to run Elishnorn Mother Machines, you can. Panharmonicon also works. Right? Like, Elish you can actually tutor for. And it silences opponents. And Panharmonicon doesn't do all that. But it's an artifact, and it's cheaper as a card. It just, Elishnorn gets got by the Seriema, which is rather nice. Honestly, you could probably run both. But I know you like your budget deck, so just consider it for future. You may discard a card. Dink, dink, dink. It's tapped not like an idiot, I think. Okay, in spirit, in play. Dink. Discard. Draw. Put 2 more counters on it. The game combat. 2 more counters. Or put 2 counters here. Glacial Fortress. Does Dragon Spark Reactor use charge counters? Because if so, this is something worth considering. I don't know if I'm going to put it in because I do feel like it detracts from the spacecraftness of the deck, right? Like, we're trying to focus on spacecraft hitting people. So, like, this is funny. Should it be in the deck? I mean, Spaceship needs cannons. I guess if you want to, like, do gymnastics. Like, I don't know. Pinnacle Emissary, maybe? Okay. You want to put in trigger doublers. What about Starfield Vocalist? I mean, it's not an artifact. It's fine, sure. I, of course, still prefer Elishnorn. Because Elishnorn's legendary. Fardatex. Fardazet? Thank you for the tier 1. It's okay. This is a side grade to Panharmonicon, in my opinion. It is also good. It's just not an artifact, right? So, what's this deck doing? We're hitting people with spacecraft. So we're running every good spacecraft, and good in the air quotes, by the way. And we are not running any of the bad ones. Good. But, like, I do think this deck is, like, way better than where we started. I think maybe we need to go up a land somewhere. Maybe that's just like, okay, we can live with no muddle for wins, and we can do stinking to stupid instead. Right. And that brings us up to 39. No Shorikai. Shorikai's a vehicle. It is definitely on theme, though, if you think about it. It's a little hard to crew. That is what I will say against Shorikai, is that is a little hard to crew. And like the tokens, this feels so clunky. It's objectively just a good card, right? But it feels a little weird that like I can't put my pilots in the spaceships. Adaptive Omnitool if you're already playing Nettlecyst. I like that Nettlecyst instantly makes a creature though. And then you can use it to crew a spaceship, and then you can equip the Nettlecyst to the spaceship. Like, that's funny. Adaptive Omnitool gives you a little card advantage, but it doesn't come with a creature. Right? Like, Thousand Moon Smithy, Nettlecyst. These are good things. Like, with all the artifact flickering we added, by the way, like, God, Simulacrum Synthesizer becomes more juicy every day, by the way. So just... Like, I think the real considering of here is, like, Elish Thorn, Simulacrum Synthesizer, these two, period. But they're not they're not required. I'm not crying about them not being in the deck. I'm just, you know, stressing that they are very good upgrade paths if you end up liking this deck. Honestly, I think everything else we can, like, what would it cut for them? Probably like Treasure Mage is so important. Patrolling Peacemaker is one. I don't like cards that generally rely on your opponents. Maybe like Swords is just so generally good though. Maybe like Demand Answers, so that like these two, sorry, these two. But overall, I think this deck's about good to go. Hopefully the playtest looked a lot more intriguing to you. And hopefully you'll still like this deck after Star Trek comes out and they add a billion more spaceships. Are you excited for the Enterprise?